We moved here in 1958, and Riverdale was like a small moshav. It was like a small community. There was a Riverdale school, there was the Salanta school and Akiva school, and we heard everybody was looking to grow. There was a meeting in our house, in our living room, where my father said, look, it's very easy. We'll call it Salanta, Akiva, and Riverdale.
You have to visualize the difficulties and taking three entirely different schools and combine them.
The Jesselsons and the Langs put up the finances for it. Yitz Greenberg did our educational thing.
That was really the breakthrough in that we finally sold the idea that instead of bringing all three schools together with the different varieties and with the different problems, that we should try to invent one new school from scratch. And that really opened the door to the whole idea of SAR.
The beauty of SAR is when you walk in, that you see the children doing different things in different areas which they like to do and which they're being led to do.
One of the things I remember, Yitz was then lecturing around the country, and he always had his eye out for a good principal. And he found Rabbi Schwat, who was the first principal of the joint school, and that made a huge difference.
Rabbi Schwat really developed this whole atmosphere of taking teachers and opening them up, training new teachers, developing this sense of colleague and partnership and mutual respect.
They decided to go with an open school system as a result of Rabbi Greenberg, together with educational people, going around surveying schools in America, and they suggested it. And again, to emphasize this collaborative spirit, no one opposed it. Because as I said jokingly, if you would take my father who was German, or my uncle who was Swiss, I assure you they didn't go to open schools in Germany and in Switzerland.
Leon Webb brought the idea of an open school. That was the whole point of the movement. It was trying to take down the walls so that the teachers wouldn't stand and the kids wouldn't sit in one place the whole time, but they'd be free to go to the library, free to do their own research, free to break into smaller groups, and the teachers would move from lecturers to enablers.
And you can go into any classroom at SAR in any year or any decade, and you'll find that incredible quality of teachers loving their students.
And then there was something else that I think the open school allowed. It allowed this sense of community also. In other words, everybody was part of a larger school.
That I've never seen children so happy to come to school as they do when I see them on their way to SAR.
I often think what Mr. Jesselson and my husband would feel today, what they have accomplished. I mean, that is unbelievable. They would never in a million years expected the school to grow the way it did, and that we have a high school too.
50 years ago, my grandparents and the founders wanted to build a school that kids can be passionate about Judaism and Israel, and today I really feel like that's happening.
A lot has changed in 50 years, but actually what I think makes this school so special is the fact that its core has not changed, that the fundamental values have not changed, that those personalities who taught me and led this school when I was a kid, Rabbi Schwat, Zichrono Livracha, Rabbi Fold, and Rabbi Cohn, their values are still present.
What has inspired me about SAR as an institution from the moment I got here, what is now a long time ago, is that as successful as it was already then, it was always looking to do better, to continue to grow. That on its own, the founders of this institution deserve enormous tribute, and I express my own hakarat tov to people who made that happen starting 50 years ago and over the course of these years. And I have a tremendous sense of optimism and inspiration that the next 50 years will bring more of the same.